to Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month After Party Day 14. I was just laughing there at my own thumbnail, looking a bit weird. So yes, if you just joined me, I've been live streaming now for 14 days on the trot. This is the 14th day. And last month, it was a celebration of our diversity across the asexual spectrum and our differences within it. I did a lot of readings out of my Asexual Perspectives book last month. And this month is the after party. So I'm carrying along some of the themes that I had going in that book. And I'm diversifying more into other things. So today I want to talk to you about preparing to go out on your own. With me tonight, it's dancing and dealing with anxiety and safety as an asexual in this highly sexualized world, right? Because it can be really, really, really tough. So basically, I'm going out tonight. I've been out one time on my own about 3 weeks ago, I think it was now. And I went to this place which I went years ago, and they have lots of world music on there, like foreign beats, and they have lots of foreign guys there, basically. And if you follow my channel now, you know that I'm only attracted aesthetically, really, to foreign guys. And if I was in a relationship, it would be with a foreign guy, and I really want an asexual foreign guy. The likelihood of me mating an asexual foreign guy is quite remote in the UK, who fits my needs, but if there's one happens to be in my city, this is a place that he's likely to hang out if he likes dancing, because that's sort of where everyone who's foreign goes for good dancing and good music that's kind of like from their own country. So I do still have some anxiety. I don't really have it much in my life in other aspects, mostly in relationship aspects, and it can be really, really tough. So because I have to push myself out of my comfort zone to go dancing on my own. Why am I going dancing on my own? Because the places I like to go dancing aren't what my friends like to go and do. And for years I've been sat here wishing that I had a friend to go to sort of young dancey places with, and I haven't got that person in my city. There's no one. So I'm literally deciding to go out on my own. And last time, like 3 weeks ago, I had to really push myself to go out. I mean, I was nearly throwing up because of the anxiety. It was quite hard, and I had eaten a lot. So with me, it's really difficult as well, because I have low blood sugar, so I have to eat usually every 2 hours. And basically, I'm usually out dancing from like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night till 2:30 in the morning. I think it was 2:30 last time. So I've got to go with about 4.5, 5 hours with no food. So I really have to be having something really high in carbohydrates before I go out. So I'm really hungry now, right? I'm feeling a bit jittery. I've had a little bit of cranberries, dry cranberries, but I really need to eat my food. But I purposely saved it to cook till later, so that when I'm out, I can sustain going without food for a long time. I have got health bars that I'll be taking with me that are like banana and apple bars mixed up, so they're instant sugar boost. I'm allergic to refined sugars, but I can have natural sugars. So when you go out, you know, you have to prepare what's good for you. You know, if you know you're going to be out for hours and you've got food allergies or problems with your blood sugar or you're diabetic or anything like that, obviously you have to, I'm not diabetic but I'm allergic to sugar, but you have to prepare and make sure that you're taking care of your health before you go out. I mean, I've got rice and chicken to have tonight, which is kind of going to be a little bit heavy in a sense, can be a bit stodgy, but the whole point is rice is a carbohydrate that releases gradually over time. And so therefore it will sustain my energy that I need to be dancing vibrantly on the dance floor for hours. You know, if I eat something that, you know, is not going to be sustaining me, 2 hours later I'm just going to be like needing food, and if I don't get it, my head's not going to be so with it. So I really need to make sure that I'm eating as late as possible near to going out, without it being so late that I'm really need to be throwing up nearly like I went last time. So I'm going to have to start cooking my food in the next half an hour, because it's nearly 9 o'clock already over in the UK here. And the music starts early, like it starts at 9, but that's like a salsa music mostly for people who do proper salsa dancing, but you don't have to know the steps, you can just go and join in. Having said that, you know, the sort of world beat, the sort of dancey tracks are like, they don't start till about 10:30, well, 11 is when they full on start. So, you know, I want to be getting there between 10:30 and 11. You know, I don't want to leave it too late, because if I leave it too late, I won't want to push myself to go out. But I'm really, really nervous and anxious at the moment, because last time I danced with a a guy. He was the only guy that was happened to have no partner. He happened to be Indian, which, you know, I like Indian guys, and I felt so comfortable holding his hand and dancing with him. But he has got a high sex drive, and it kind of worries me a little bit. Like, I kind of want to convey to him that I don't mind sexy dancing with him, even though I'm asexual. Quite happy with that. Quite happy with him to be enjoying himself. But, you know, I kind of needed to see a bit more of his face last time in the last hour. It did start to get a bit much for me because, you know, it's kind of like I get aesthetic attraction. And if I'm with an Indian guy, like, you know, I'm not in a relationship with him or anything, but I want to enjoy his aesthetics, you know. Otherwise, you know, I you know, he's obviously likes me a little bit. I think he likes the fact that I'm very sexy at dancing, and it fulfills his sex drive, to be quite honest. I don't necessarily think, and I think he thinks I'm a nice person probably, but that's about it. You know, there's no relationship stuff there. But, you know, I know he's probably going to be there probably tonight again. I would have thought, in a way that's good because I know him and I've danced with him before, and he, you know, I can be comfortable with him. But at the same time, it's like I really need to have a conversation with him about not being around my back so much. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of a bit scary for me. But then if he's not there, you know, there's lots of other people there, and I don't have to dance with him, and I can dance on my own. Just that after a while of dance on your own, it's kind of nice to dance with a partner sometimes. But then it gets a bit much. It's like I want my freedom to dance on my own. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, really, if you pardon the expression. And so when you're going out, you know, when you've got anxiety, you know, you've really got to push yourself, and you've got to have confidence. So when you've got anxiety, you know, as an asexual, the last thing you want to do is for people who are sexual to prey on you and to know that you're vulnerable or in any way, shape or form. So you have to be really strong. So I like pump myself up before I go out, as in mind wise, like I'm strong, I can take care of myself, I can look after myself, I can say no if I want to. You know, I've got some good big muscles on me, see? Good big muscles. I like having big muscles. I think I need to have them bigger, actually. Because if I have big muscles, see? If I have big muscles, then it does help me. Because it helps me to feel stronger in myself. And I know that, you know, it gives me strength. You know, guys are less likely to mess with me when I've got big arms than they are if I've got skinny girl, you know, skinny arms. Like, I like being a girl, but I like having big arm muscles. And, you know, I am strong in what I say. And you have to be, you know, you have to sort of tell, you know, I haven't told this guy I'm asexual, but I did say I'd like to be your friend. So he knew straight away that I wasn't after sex from him. And I think that's a really good point as an asexual. If you're going out dancing, or if you're in if you're in a social situation where you could end up being intimate with a guy or anything like that, you know, it's really important to let them know somehow that you're not interested in sex. You know, you don't have, you know, you just by what you say, you know, you say, I'm not that type of girl, I'm not interested in that, that's not what I'm here for, you know. And so last time I said, you know, I'd like to be your friend, and obviously we were dancing like we were more than friends, but you know, that's what I said to him. And he did respect that. At the end of the night, he never asked for sex. He never asked to come back to my place. He gave me a few hugs, said, you're an amazing dancer. Are you going to be back next week? And repeated that again. And I said, I didn't know because I might be busy. But, you know, it's just like going out on my own, you know, it's quite anxiety inducing because obviously I'm going out on my own. I'm asexual in the midst of sexuals, which doesn't worry me too much. But then I'm going to be there all night. I'm going to have a fabulous time there. And then I've got to come back on my own as well. So it's all kind of like the situation, you know. But it's going to be fabulous. I'm going to have an amazing time because this is what my soul needs. It needs to go dancing. It needs to go dancing to these young places, be around young foreign guys, which is where my heart is. You know, I might meet some foreign guys that can just be friends with me, and that would be amazing. I might go around fancying half of them though, but you know, it would be really, really nice to have more friends in, or even females. It'd be nice to have some more female friends in my city, for example, because I haven't really. You know, there's one female friend I've got in my city, and they're not even around really anymore because they've got a partner, 4 kids, job now. And so, you know, she made me laugh. Well, last time I spoke to her, she had an Indian partner. She never wanted an Indian guy. But everything else, he ticked her boxes. So he happens to be Indian. I'm like, you lucky thing. You know, but he's got high sex drive like her. So they're well suited, but I haven't, obviously. And yeah, so that's a deal. So when when you've got anxiety, you've kind of got to put yourself in a position of power in your mind. You know, it's all about mindset and being as confident as possible, even though you might be feeling like really scared inside and like, oh my god, I don't want to go. You've got to push yourself. Like, I have to push myself to go out. I have to coach myself and tell myself, go on, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're going out of the flat, you're doing this. I don't want you missing out. I don't want you missing out on on things you really want to do in your life because you're asexual or because you're single. I want you to go out there and I want you to live as though as though you're the amazing person you are. This is a self-talk that you need to do. You need to be saying to yourself, you are worthy of going out on your own. You're worthy of living a wonderful life as an asexual person. You're worthy of, of not caring what people think. You're worthy of being you. You're worthy of living in the moment. You're worthy of enjoying your life to the max as a single person. It's not strange. It's quite commonplace. More and more people are single these days. More and more people are getting divorced. More and more people are single. More and more people are living a very, very active, amazing life on their own. And there's nothing wrong with that. And obviously safety. If we're going out, like we've talked about health, like you have to make sure you're prepared with snacks if you need it, or diabetic, make sure you've got the right, you've injected yourself before, have to inject yourself when you're out, make sure you've got all the right stuff, make sure you've got money if you need it to get, or a card on you to get a taxi back home if you need to. If you want to walk on your own, try and make sure there's people around. Luckily, when I come out of the places I come out, there's usually people walking my way anyway, so it's usually not people around. So that's quite fortunate, really. If I go out at the very end, then there's people going out with me. If someone offers to walk you back to your home, it's best really if you go home on your own, and then they don't know where you live. To be quite honest, it's better that that they don't know where you live. It's safer that way, really. And if you've got people at home, if you do post that you're going out on your own, don't post where you're going out on your own too, really. And also, I mean, it's up to you if you want to, but it's a bit more risky posting out where you are alone. I think it's a good idea to say you're going out on your own, but you don't say where to, really. But having said that, it's good to have people at home. So although I live in my own flat, I'm in the middle of a shared house, so there's people in all the time. So it doesn't matter if I'm out and I post, people knew that I was out, because there's people here that look after the house when I'm not here. Do you know what I mean? There's other people. There's like 3 other people in the house. I live in the middle of a house, which is beautiful. So there's always someone around. So, and, be prepared that if someone's doing something in a nightclub that you don't like, you have perfect rights to walk away, to tell them no, you're not to do that, or to remove their hand or whatever they're doing. This Indian guy, he was trying his luck a little bit. Like at one point I was wearing my dress and his hand went on the bottom of my dress and started to come up a little bit. I'm like, no, you do not do that to me. I don't want that. So, and if he was trying to put his hands, I'm like, no, don't touch that. Don't touch that. Don't touch that, So I have boundaries that probably are more looser than a lot of people in some ways, but are also tighter in other ways. So yeah, but you really have to get out there. If you're single, which a lot of us asexuals are, you really have to get out there and do what you want to do. I realise that not a lot of asexuals probably want to go out dancing because you're probably introverted, but if you do like dancing, push yourself out. If you want to go to dance class, if you've been more comfortable going to dance class, then do that. I personally, don't really like dance classes because they've got older people there. Like last time I went to a salsa class, which is led by someone who I'm friends with on Facebook, I had to dance with older guys. I can't stand it. I felt so uncomfortable. There's a woman I danced with who was older, who played the man's part, and I felt more comfortable with her, even though I'm not a lesbian at all, not attracted to women, but I just felt more comfortable with her, because these older blokes that were 50 plus, I was just like, please, I just find it creepy, because I just honestly don't think I'm the birth certificate age I am, and I'm not 50 anyway. I'm younger than that, quite a bit younger. So it's like it's just like, I think it's like being with my dad, but not being with my dad, you know what I mean? In the sense of, it's like dating your father, but you're not dating your father, but it's like being close to you. Do you know what I mean? It's like the age thing. It's like gross. I just don't like it. And that's kind of weird, considering I'm a girl who's older in birth certificate age that likes younger guys. Do you know what I mean? That's quite ironic, really. But because I've got the mentality I have, like the mindset that I have, if I see a woman with an much older bloke, I think it's gross. But if I see a guy with an older woman, I don't know. I kind of think that, I think if I see a guy with an older woman, if the older woman looks younger and acts younger, I think it's great. I see some women that look really much older than the bloke and they kind of act like it. And I'm thinking, But do you know what I mean? But some couples, they look really good together with the woman older and the guy younger, you know? So each to their own, innit? But I think it's fabulous to just be yourself, and you have to push yourself out of your comfort zone to do things that, you know, you want to do in life. I don't want to spend another, what, 2, 3, 4 years here in my flat and not go to these places and not go out dancing because I've got no one to go with. I can't, you know, I can't do it anymore. I can't sit here saying, oh, I've got no one to go with, and thinking, when's this person going to turn up in my life, this friend that I can go out with to these places, because it's not happening. It doesn't happen. It hasn't happened for years, and that's the way it is. So I need to go and do this on my own for myself, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to love you and leave you right now because, you know, obviously I've got going ready, but I just say, you know, whenever you're going out on your own, make sure you're familiar with a place if you can. Like this place I used to go to before years ago, and I know it very well, you know, so I know sort of how to get out of the building. I know the bouncers there are quite, the security guards are quite good. I know the staff behind the bar's friendly. It's actually a pub that's turned into a club. So, you know, it's kind of like family friendly in the day. So I'm quite aware. And it's good to, like, if you're going out dancing on your own, to know what sort of places are safer than others. Like, there's some places that are nearer my home and they aren't as safe. You know, they have fights and stuff. I don't want to be going to places like that. I want to go to places where it's a nice, friendly atmosphere. And this place that plays world music and has foreign people, you know, sort of everyone's on the same hymn sheet, enjoying themselves and having a great time and just really loving the music and being in the beat, which is what I want, you know. That is what I want in my life, to be happy in the moment and to just live my life and to do dancing, because I love dancing. I really miss it, but I don't want to go to a dance class because, one, it's quite expensive, and two, it's a bit boring for me, you know, going with a group of people just to do dance moves and not actually being freestyle. I got bronze in freestyle disco dancing, you know, highly commended. I did exam 2 dances, an exam. And it's kind of like, I want to use my disco moves, you know, but it's freestyle disco. So basically it just means create your own moves to the music. So that's what I love doing, rather than a structured dance class where I have to do this, that and the other. I'd rather just go and do my own thing. It's much more comfortable for me and nicer. Anyway, do you go out dancing? I'd love to hear from you. Where do you go out on your own? Do you go out to bars? Do you go out to clubs? Do you go out dancing? You know, what else do you do? I mean, obviously I self-date and go to the cinema or out for meals a lot on my own, but what do you do? What really gets you out of your comfort zone? What social situations have you purposely put yourself in to try and overcome anxiety and actually put yourself out there in the world to meet other people? I'd love to know in the comments below. Please put them down below. Please, please, please. I'd love to hear from you. As always, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because this is a place to be about education, about asexuality. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, please. It helps me go up in the search engine rankings so I can get asexuality better known across the globe. And if you are subscribed, or if you're about to subscribe, hit the bell icon as you do so you get notified of every time I post a new video. And share this video with anyone you feel may benefit. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's, and I will see you on the next live stream. Take care. Bye.